What's going on, guys? It's Noah here. Welcome back to another video on All Things Noah YouTube channel. Welcome back. In this video today, I'm going to be talking about breaking down basically stream analytics of each platforms that you do multi-stream on. Twitch, YouTube, Kick, all at the same time, and gathering enough data from all the free platforms that I stream on at the same time, and to give you guys the best stream analytic data that you can actually gather from each of these platforms right after a live stream is actually over. So we're actually going to go right into each of one at a time and actually give my honest opinion of which stream analytics is actually better. So let's definitely get right on to it. So let's start off with Twitch. Twitch is our OG platform since we started since the very beginning of our journey. We've been on Twitch for almost 8 years. It's our used to be our main platform. Now it's our third streaming platform that we've been streaming on. But it was the OG one. It was the OG one that started since the very beginning. I do get a lot of engagement on Twitch. I do get a lot of love on Twitch a lot. I do make a little bit of money on Twitch a little bit too. And but yeah, so if you want to go ahead and look at your stream analytics, so you go to your profile right here, little dragon right here, and then you go to basically creator dashboard is where you want to go. If you're on mobile as well, if you want to look at your analytics, so for your phone, if I were to look at it here, so if you want to go to your phone, pulling up my phone right now. So you go to the little Twitch app right here, the purple Twitch app right here. So you go ahead and click on that, and then you go to the plus sign right here, and then you go to creator dashboard, like I said, like here, which gives you a little bit of everything. And then you go to basically your analytics, which are basically right here, my last stream that I did. Then it gives you like a little bit of a lot of the data and stuff that you get from the live stream and how it went and stuff. So you got, I peaked at 11 viewers, and then my live views, I got like 52 views. New followers, didn't get anything, new subscription, chatters, new followers, nothing, new subscribers, chatters, chat messages, and then how many ads I ran, crates I clipped, clip views. And then this is where how many people have come from my live stream. This is the locations of each of the countries. And then how my my notifications have actually went. And then this is just my VOD. So it's got 46 views. So yeah, that's how you do it on mobile a little bit of checking like your stream stats. I know they're working on making it eventually later on. I'm sure they'll probably maybe work on it maybe later on of trying this. But yeah, this is your little home page. It gives you a little bit of everything that you can do better for your channel. It talks about your latest stream summary, your 11 current viewership, your features that you can add to your stream, people that you can follow. Gives you a lot of tips. So yeah, you're getting a little bit of everything with that, and then you're getting your and then you just go right here to your stream analytics. So this is what you get. So you get your overview, you get your research, you get your achievements, and then you get your stream summary right after your live is over. You could check it right out, or you could check it like towards the end of the week of how your streams have been doing. You can go to discovery. You can go to your engagement, you can go to your earnings, and then your payouts. The payouts I won't really show, but I will definitely show a little bit of the earnings. But we're going to go and click on one of them here. So you get your overview of how your stream is doing, how many subscriptions you have, how many followers you have, your revenue, and then you got your time that you streamed, which is how many hours you've been streaming throughout that month. And then you go for all this, your content, your clips that are doing well, your path to partner, which I am working towards eventually. And then you got your achievements right here that you're working on, that you're making progress on. And then you go to research, which you can look at basically if you're like planning out a schedule, which I do go to this every now and then if I do have to change it. If my streams are like not doing well and all that kind of stuff, then you can go to this data and look at how many times your stream, how much the peak of that game is doing well for that stream. So we're looking at Dead by Daylight. So the best time basically would be around 6 a.m. in the morning for Monday. Different days, it's a little different. Same exact time, 6 a.m. Wednesday, a little bit the same. Thursday, the same. And then Friday, it's a little bit where viewers really peak. Mostly, yeah, is 6 a.m. And then Saturday, it's a little different. So yeah, a little bit of some pretty good, interesting viewership that you mostly would get for Dead by Daylight. You can go to Every Games and look at the data as well for how the games are doing, like Apex Legends right here. You can look at the certain days that it does well. Mostly the best day would be 4 a.m. in the morning. So mostly morning streams would do the best for you if you were looking to plan out a schedule. And then you just go to like out of your schedule and then adjust how you want it. Fortnite, same thing. If you were a Fortnite streamer, you would have to look at this data as well. But yeah, this is just another way to look at your data to actually improve it. So I think this was a really good W for Fortnite to like for Twitch, just to like basically understand when viewers are on and when they're actually off, so you could like end your stream around that time. So I think it's actually pretty nice. So I do like that. Achievements they've had for so many years. I used it for such a long time. I know the experience with achievements. So basically, we're just working on partnership, which we're working on that. All of this stuff we've actually got done. The progress we're working towards, everything else. This is what we've pretty much achieved. And we go to discovery. This is where your discovery, where most of your views are coming from. Where people are finding you from. Most of my people are coming mostly from directly from the Twitch platform, YouTube, Instagram, which we're really putting a lot of effort into versus how we've been on TikTok, which I won't really talk about, but which that is already saved and already in another video if you guys want to go check that out, why I left TikTok. But yeah, this is where our viewers are mostly coming from: YouTube, Instagram, Discord, and then just everywhere else, and then just the channels that are recommending your content. But yeah, this is what you're really gathering a lot of the data and everything. And then you go to your engagement. So this is your engagement here. So you got minutes watched, you got unique viewers, average viewers, followers, and unique chatters. And this will fluctuate up and down every now and then, how the months actually fluctuate. So do be aware of that as well. And then these are the channels that share out my channel. Which, Sharkbait is leading that, and then your games that viewers basically watch. So that's what you're basically are getting from. And then you can look at your revenue as well, how much you're making throughout that month, and we're doing pretty good with our money a little bit. And then it just shows you how much you're getting paid. But I'm not going to really go down in there and look at that stuff, but this is basically your gathering of all your data and stuff, and then you got your payouts as well. So that's pretty much Twitch. So now let's go ahead and go over to YouTube now. YouTube. Probably the best streaming platform out there. I've been on it for quite a long time. I streamed on here since 2024, since I did start my multi-streaming journey on YouTube. And I've been on the platform for quite 8 years. I used to make videos. I just used to make clips just to bring people over to Twitch. But now, since I multi-stream now, I've been multi-streaming the YouTube since 2024. So I've had a lot of experience with using YouTube as my main platform now, is what I consider it. So when you go to YouTube just to check out your data, you can actually download it also on your phone too as well and gather a lot of data. It's called the YouTube Studio app that you can actually download on Apple and also on Google Play, which you can actually gather and look at your data as well on YouTube as well. So if you want to just go, we're just going to access it basically on the desktop version first. So you can actually download it and it'll just give you and gather like all the data that you really need to have, which I'll actually will discuss that one too as well. but we're just going to do it on mobile actually first. I mean, on desktop. Okay. If you're actually on computer. My apologies there. So you get all your analytics and stuff. You get the channel analytics and stuff. But we're just gonna go into live because we're thinking about live here. So we're gonna go to live, and we're gonna look at our streaming data. So we're gonna go to our Dead by Daylight stream that we did on. I know they were having issues today. They were having issues today. So, so this is your biggest data that you can actually gather from your live stream and how your live stream actually did. Over the days when people do watch your VOD, they will gather a little bit of more data. But when you end your stream, you'll get like the normal data that you normally would get. So yeah, our stream got about at least 2 views. Watch time 0.0. After the stream, you would get a lot of watch time right after the live is over. Mostly my watch time would be like around like 7 to like 24 watch time, which is actually pretty good. If you're actually working towards YouTube partnership like I am, live streaming on YouTube will help you with that because they do count towards the watch hours. Same with videos. Videos do the same thing. And then you go to here your how much engagement you got from that live stream. So far I've gotten like 42 chat messages. And then you would get like the reactions too of how many reactions you got from that live stream right after the live is over. But after the days, this will basically get removed. But like after the live, you will see like how many reactions you basically have, how many chat messages you got, and then for average, you mostly would get two. I mostly got 2 average viewers, and I had a peak of 5 viewers. So this is where you mostly will get the average like you normally get on Twitch, but you're getting more data of looking at where your peak was at and where it dipped and where it went back up. So mostly at the beginning, people were in my stream and then they left, and then towards the middle, it was more quiet, and then towards the end of the stream, this is where I was gaining most of my traction, and then I ended. So that's how you kind of gather a little bit more of the data where viewers peak and when they change. So just to keep that in mind. So for your reach, so you're getting a little bit more data with your live stream a little bit more versus just getting regular streaming data like you do on Twitch. So you get your impressions. So I had about 58 impressions based on the thumbnail and the title when people were clicking on it. So I was getting 58% of impressions by the thumbnail and the title. Why I was getting a lot of clicks. And then for click-through rate, I was getting 1.7, which is this is normal. This is what I normally get for impression clicks. If you want to actually improve your impressions to actually make them better, just come with some really good, interesting thumbnails. I use a tool called vidIQ, which I use their thumbnail concept feature by gathering some thumbnail concepts, and then actually I take those into Canva and to adjust all the colors to match my brand color, and then to actually adjust anything like the font and all that kind of stuff. So that's how you make the impressions actually work to actually improve it. And sometimes they do fluctuate every now and then, so just do keep an eye on that. And that's just a normal thing. And then you get 2 views, which you get that, and then you get the unique viewers, which is 21, which this is what Twitch basically has, is the unique viewers for a stream summary. So this is what you basically get. And then you look at your impressions of how YouTube recommend my content. They recommend me at 65%, which is actually really good. And my impressions did actually pretty good, 399. And then these are the traffic sources where people are coming from. Mostly people are finding me through the browse feature, direct unknown, which is usually either the vertical stream. So I'm actually multi-streaming to vertical and horizontal at the same time. So basically people are confining me through the short feed, through the how would I say it? The vertical stream that I'm actually pushing out, or they're basically finding me either through my videos that I upload or from my shorts. is how they're basically finding me. Or they can just actually find me on my social media and click on that too as well. So that's how they basically are finding me through those two as well, is why I really love about YouTube a little bit, because you're putting out content that's offline, and then if you're live, people would click on your profile and watch that live too as well. So that's the one thing I do love about YouTube streaming a little bit more. And then this is suggested live streams, where people are finding you through their suggestion, through that traffic. So that's definitely something that you should definitely keep in mind as well when you're looking at your analytics for live stream. And then watch time. This will change right after the live is over, but after a couple days, they will remove the watch time. Because this is just how YouTube basically works. This is just how the platform actually operates. So they're going to remove watch time. They're going to replace it. So that's just how it basically works. This is just normal, just to let you guys know. And then your audience retention, which will display whenever you get a really good stream that gains a lot of audience retention, likes versus dislikes, and then you get the end screen stream element, which is 0.6 average, which that will update later on. And then you go to your audience, your unique viewers 21, and this is just a little triangle that it gives you. Audience behavior, not really enough data. Same with viewers who also watch. This is one that you should basically pay attention to. Watch time with subscribers. How many people are non-subscribed to your channel? So far I have 67. People who have been subscribed to my channel are at 32%. Devices type, which format that people were watching on their devices. Computer is number 1, mobile is number 2, and then TV is number 3. So yeah, definitely think about that too as well with watch time hours and upload. So people are definitely watching me mostly more on computers. So I would focus more on horizontal, and then for mobile, I would pick mostly vertical streaming. So I would basically just do both vertical, that YouTube basically builds me the auto cropped one, that basically sends that from that horizontal stream and turns it into a vertical one, where I'm sending that same exact live stream to the shorts feed, so people are actually finding me that way too as well, to bring them over to horizontal. So that's kind of how I'm basically doing it. But yeah, that's how you actually look at your analytics for YouTube. So now let's definitely go over to Kick now. So Kick, this is a new platform that launched back in 2021 or 22, if I'm correct. But yeah, this is a brand new platform. It's supposed to be pretty similar to Twitch. They're pretty related to each other, but Kick is supposed to be a little better than Twitch. It's less restrictive on the rules. They don't punish people as much. They're kind of forgiving like Twitch a little bit too. And it's building a culture. There are a lot of people I've met on this platform. I've had some downfalls with Kick before, when it used to be the Wild West of Kick. But now since they've actually changed it and kind of built it more of a culture of this platform and kind of how it's actually been. So you want to go to basically your profile here, just like how you do on Twitch. And you actually go to your basal creator dashboard, just like Twitch. And this is what you basically will get. You'll basically your stream, your followers, your sub count, and all that kind of stuff. So now they've actually added, I used to use another tool called Stream Charts, is what I used to use before they actually introduced analytics, but now they've actually introduced analytics. So like I said, you go to your profile and then you go to here, and then you want to go to analytics, which is the new thing that they added. So you can look at your overview, and this is the progress you're making so far with your milestones. So far we've hit creator and we're working towards verify. So we're getting halfway there towards that milestone. And this is what you can basically track. So the next 7 days, you can look at how you're doing, and not much of an improvement there. 30 days, we're actually doing pretty good. Some downwards on unique viewers. 60 days, you can look at that too. We're actually doing pretty good. Around 60 days. 90 days, not really much of an improvement. So we're just going to go to 30 days here. So the last 30 days. So Viewers kind of fluctuate in between with Kick. They'll rise or they'll fall. So far, they've been falling. Most stream, the hours have been going up. You got 64 unique viewers. We do have a peak of 9, and then we do have many streams as we can. We got hours watched, which they've kind of dropped a little bit, but like I said, they fluctuate in between. They'll basically will rise back up. And then you just kind of have to look at basically the seasoning of like seasons. There's fall seasons, there's summer seasons, and mostly people are in and out and about, holidays, all that kind of stuff. So viewers will definitely fluctuate in between, or they'll sometimes rise up. So it just basically depends on the month of how your streams basically did. So we did lose 1 subscriber, which is normal. 25 unique viewers, sub count 0, and then our follower count, we're sitting at 294, almost to 300 followers if you guys want to follow the channel. And then we got 25 unique viewers, followers gained, chat ratio 0.1, and then chat messages sitting at 177. So you're getting a lot of data with Kick, which I do love Kick's analytics a little bit better than Twitch's. And I think they give you like a really clean like display of like how you're doing on your stream, and then your milestones, kind of like similar to achievements. And I feel like it's more cleaner than Kick's. It's more cleaner than Twitch's analytics that you're getting, and I feel like Twitch's is kind of a little bit of a mess. I feel like they can definitely improve the analytics a little bit more, like basically putting them into different places would be absolutely pretty nice. But I do definitely love Kick's analytics. They're kind of really clean. And then you can go to like your streams and how you're doing on there, and you can look at all your streams. So I have that set to all streams. You can go to like top streams that are doing well. You can go to high engagement, and it'll show you like all the games that you're doing that are doing well for you, the category breakdown, the peak of your viewers, highest growth, and then long streams that we've done. So yeah, so we're just gonna go to all streams here. So we still get an average of 3 viewers. Our peak is 28. That's the highest we've ever gotten. Fortnite is the best game that we're doing well for our channel. You got Dead by Daylight right here. That's slating number 2. Forza, Star Wars, Fallen Jedi Order, Arc Raiders, and then other games. So Fortnite is definitely the biggest game that is working well for us, and that's normal. Fortnite's mostly our main game, but we do like to mix it with some other games, and our other games are doing pretty good too. So variety content is actually the best for Kick, for me, for all games that I mostly experienced with YouTube, and that's just how my brand is mostly built around different games. So, but definitely for sure, Fortnite is definitely our main game. And then you can look at your results of your stream, which is like a stream summary. So we're going to click on our last stream, which was Dead by Daylight. So you're getting a lot of data here. So you're getting the time that your stream went and how it went, if it went down, or your peak was going for the platform. And then you saw the dip. So mostly in the middle is how I do well actually on Kick. The beginning, it's kind of like slow. And then later on, like towards the middle of the stream, is when the stream actually does great, and then towards the end, this is when the dip happens. So mostly in the middle is how I do well on Kick. You get your average CVV, which is 2 average, and then I had a peak of 6 viewers, chat messages 74, and unique viewers I had about 7. So you're getting a lot of data. So this is the one from Wednesday and how I did. This time I actually did towards the end is where my peak actually was. And I have 43 chat messages, 7 unique viewers, 2 average viewers. So yeah, I had pretty much of a difference. But so now we're gonna go ahead and switch scenes here. So my thoughts on stream analytics and which platform is actually better. For me, I love streaming on all of these 3 platforms at the same time. I do love streaming on Twitch. I do love streaming on YouTube. I do love streaming on Kick. And it's really good to gather a lot of data for me on these platforms to actually get a lot of data of how my streams actually went, and actually understand the behaviors of each of the platforms and how they actually work. But I would say definitely the best platform for definitely getting and gathering a lot of analytics would definitely be YouTube. YouTube definitely for sure is definitely number one for me because you're gathering all that data that you're getting um, from the watch time to getting all the engagement of your stream, how it did, how people are finding you, and how you're getting suggested from other channels. And I think that's actually pretty nice for when it comes to actually to YouTube. So I would say YouTube is definitely number one for sure. For streaming analytics wise, I would definitely would have to go with Kick. Kick is Kick's analytics that they just introduced last week has been very clean. It's more unique. You're getting a lot of data from it. There could definitely be some improvements with it a little bit too. But I think for so far, with my experience of using the Kick's analytics, it's definitely very clean than Twitch's. It's actually you're actually getting a lot more data of the dips of your stream of how it was doing and how you can actually work on that and actually improve towards the middle of that stream. So I do love Kick's analytics. It's definitely very more unique in that way, and you're getting more data with chat messages. This is something that Twitch doesn't have. They do have chat messages, but it doesn't give you like basically like really enough data to like really understand. So I definitely like Kick's analytics a little bit more better than Twitch's. And then for Twitch, I do love Twitch's analytics, but I just feel like they're very messy. I think it's kind of a mess where you're trying to look for which one you actually want, and it's kind of a scramble to try to find what you actually want. But I do love that they gathered a little bit more data a long time ago because Twitch analytics back then were not really like really good, but now they're kind of like really a little bit better. But I feel like they can definitely make a little bit more easier without having to scramble. I would definitely would take something from Kick's suggestion as well and YouTube's suggestion as well, Twitch, and actually put them more into like separate, where it's not like being like a scramble of trying to look for everything at the same time. So I think they can definitely work on that and definitely improve it. But what's your guys' thoughts on Stream Analytics? Did I actually do a really good job? Did I actually do a lot of clarification of which platforms were actually better? Let me know down in the comments down below what's your guys' thoughts on that. Um, would you guys definitely like to see me do a whole bunch of other stuff on there? Let me know. Let me know about like social media analytics if you want me to look into that as well. But let me know down in the comments. Definitely drop a like, subscribe to the channel for more content. But I hope you guys definitely enjoyed this video, and this is Noah here signing off, and I'll see you guys in the next video on All Things Noah YouTube channel.